Here's the truth. Most wrong answers in data representation happen before you even read the numbers. When you skip the title, axes, units, or legend. That's exactly what we're going to fix. In this video, you'll learn a fast, repeatable strategy for ACT Science data representation passages, how to jump to the right figure, read axes and units correctly, and answer both direct lookup and inference questions without wasting time. You're watching ACT Prep with Quizlet, quick lessons to help you feel more confident on test day. Data representation passages are packed with tables, graphs, and diagrams, often about a quarter to a third of the science section. On the ACT Science test, you'll answer 40 questions in 40 minutes. So your goal is simple. Find the right data fast and stay accurate. So how do you move fast without losing accuracy? First, skim. Don't study. Read the intro just long enough to know the topic and the variables. Then go straight to the questions. From there, let the questions tell you which table or figure actually matters. Next, use the question as your GPS. If it says figure 3, put your finger or pencil on the figure 3 label before you read anything else. That one habit prevents the number one mistake, hunting in the wrong place. Finally, read the frame before the data. Check the title, the X and Y axis labels, the units, and the legend or key. Also, scan notes like NA or not applicable, log scale, or per minute, because one tiny label can flip the answer. So far, we've learned to start with the questions, anchor on the exact table or figure, the name, and read the frame, title, axes, units, and legend before grabbing any numbers. Ready to lock in? Tap the link for a quick ACT practice on Quizlet, then jump back in so you can keep learning without missing a beat. Now let's see this in action. Here's a table comparing 3 fertilizers, with one column for soil nitrogen and another for average plant height. If the question asks, what is the relationship between soil nitrogen and average height? Go straight to the 2 columns and compare them row by row. If the heights bounce around with no consistent pattern as nitrogen changes, then there's no clear relationship in the data. However, not every question is a simple lookup. Sometimes you have to connect information across visuals. When that happens, slow down for a few seconds and build a mini bridge in your head. Tell yourself, this figure defines the rule, and that figure gives the numbers. For example, imagine a figure of vapor pressure versus temperature for several liquids. A dashed line marks the boiling point, where vapor pressure equals atmospheric pressure. If atmospheric pressure decreases, that equality happens sooner, which means the liquid boils at a lower temperature. Similarly, you might see a chemistry-style table listing atmospheric CO2, ocean pH, and bicarbonate and carbonate ions. First, decode any abbreviations. CO2 is carbon dioxide. Then, track the trend. As CO2 rises, pH drops. If bicarbonate increases while carbonate decreases, the balance shifts toward bicarbonate. At this point, a timing strategy helps. Think of questions in 3 tiers. Tier 1 is point and read data. Tier 2 is a quick comparison or trend. Tier 3 is multi-step inference. Do Tier 1 first, then Tier 2, and flag Tier 3 to return to, because every question is worth the same point. Finally, watch out for classic traps. Units in the question might be different from the axis units. Axes can be reversed, unevenly spaced, or logarithmic. Legends matter too. You might be reading the red line when the questions ask about the blue line. And since there's no calculator, keep the math simple and organized. To recap, go to the questions first, anchor yourself on the correct figure, and read titles, axes, units, and legends before grabbing numbers. When a question needs inference, connect the visuals with one clear sentence. Then choose the answer that matches the trend and the units. Keep learning. Visit our ACT Study Hub for practice tests to get you ready for test day.